Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your first time here. My name is Kirsten and I honestly have no idea what the last week that I left off on was. I always thought when I made these videos, I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to do these every week. I'm going to be so excited. That has not been the case. Pregnancy is exhausting. I know today, right now, I am at 12 weeks and 1 day. Yay! Which I'm super excited about. And to be honest with you, not a lot has changed in the weeks before this. I think like last time I talked to you, I gave you like all the big changes that were happening. Not a lot has changed in the last couple weeks, so I will tell you the few changes I have had. And yeah, that's probably going to be about it. There's nothing too big about this, but I figured I need to make this before it turned into like 4 weeks between a video. So, which it might actually be. It could. I don't think it's 4 weeks in between my last video, but it could be. I don't know. Okay, so not this week, but I want to say last week I started having okay, so when I started my pregnancy, they were talking about how you will have a really wet mouth. Like, I guess you're producing a lot of saliva, which I noticed because when I sleep at night before I got pregnant, my mouth would get really, really dry, and I would wake up with the grossest mouth every day. And I noticed that from probably around week 8, maybe week 7 on to like week 10, I wasn't having that problem at all. My mouth was like, I would wake up every morning and my mouth would still be wet and like really nice, so my mouth wasn't disgusting, which I really, really liked. This is such a random thing. I really like that. But starting like last week, I think, that hasn't been the case. My mouth is getting dry again when I sleep, so I think that my mouth isn't as wet as it had been, or maybe I'm just dehydrated. Interesting. I wonder if I've been drinking as much water. Who knows? But I have noticed that. Oh, and my teeth. Oh my god, this is probably one of the biggest changes that I've had is my teeth. I have this random tooth up here on the top of my mouth that hurts all the time, and now it hurts. Like, I think the first time it started hurting, I thought I just eaten popcorn and gotten like a popcorn kernel stuck in there, which I really hope is still the case, but it's been like a week now, and every time I eat, this one tooth hurts so much. And like after I eat, if I put my finger up in there, sounds so gross, if I put my nail up there and like kind of push my tooth away from the other teeth and like relieve the pressure, it feels much better. Sorry if you can see all the swatches on my hand. I just did a BoxyCharm video and I'm just trying to get videos done when I have the energy to do them. But yeah, so I don't know if it's a popcorn kernel because like I've brushed my teeth like crazy, gone at them with like the water jet from the shower, like I've tried everything. I was gonna go at this tooth with a freaking pair of tweezers. It hurts so much, and like sometimes it'll be fine, and then every once in a while it'll just hurt. And I noticed yesterday, I want to say, I don't know if I bit my cheek, but I woke up and I had like this weird feeling like I had an ulcer in my mouth, and I think it was because I fell asleep biting my cheek, and it just hurt so bad, and I think it's from that tooth, because I don't know if I like bit it and then it's puffy and I'm just constantly biting it now, but it's literally this, like, because it's this one top tooth, and then every once in a while like the bottom will hurt as well, kind of in the same place. So that's been a new thing. Okay, this is a random symptom that I don't know if it has to do with pregnancy, but I'm hoping somebody will tell me down below if this is a pregnancy thing. But like once a week for maybe like 15 to 20 seconds, I will get this pain in the top of my head. You know, like when you hit your head really hard on something and then afterwards it like stings, but like it almost feels like all the blood is rushing to that one spot in your head. I get this in the middle of my head all the time. Like, I haven't hit my head. I'm literally just like laying in bed or like watching TV or something, and it just feels like that aftershock of when you hit your head, and it like stings for a second and then it's done. But it's like happening like every week randomly, and I don't know if this has to do with pregnancy, because it's not like it hurts or like I'm not worried about it. So I just wanted to know if that's like a weird pregnancy symptom or something. I've noticed my hands will fall asleep really like easily now. Like I'll just be sitting doing something and like I'll notice my hands will fall asleep. Like last night I was like falling asleep because I was on and off sleeping all day yesterday because I went to the water park and then I got sunburned and I came home and I was just exhausted. But I was like half awake, half asleep, and I could feel both of my hands like falling asleep at the same time, and I thought it was so weird. And it freaked me out a little bit. Like there's nothing, I wasn't like laying on them or anything, but I adjusted myself to see if I was like leaning on a muscle or a nerve or something and like making my hands fall asleep. I've heard people talk about their hands and their feet falling asleep. I need to read my What to Expect When Expecting book. I kind of just take all the info that my app gives me, and I haven't really read that, and I know if I read that I would get a lot more info, but is this just me? But I'm scared to read it because I'm scared I'm going to read scary stuff in it and then I'll start to worry because I'm just that kind of person. So I'm a little scared to read it. Besides my teeth and the weirdness of my head and my hands, I haven't had much stomach pain sorry if I'm shaking this, unless I have to go to the bathroom. I have noticed though, like when I wake up in the morning and if I really have to go pee, like it hurts. Like not like when I pee, but like my bladder will hurt. Like it feels like my stomach hurts, like I need to pee. And sometimes like I won't even know that I need to pee. It's just like my stomach hurts and I'll go to the bathroom and I'll pee. So I don't know what that is. But I'm guessing it's just from all the pressure and on my bladder now, and I know that's just gonna get worse. But again, I'm excited for everything that happens. I should have written all this down, but I'm so bad at this. Since like week 11, I've started to feel like I have more energy, which has been incredible. Because I was so tired to begin with. Like, I was just dead to the world, and now I just can tell that I have more energy, and I'll do little things around the house, and I'll be like, oh my god, I did this, this, and this today, and I'll be so proud of myself, because definitely around, like, week 8 to, like, probably 9 and stuff, like, I was just so tired. I would go to work, come home and like get right into bed and be exhausted and like not even be able to make dinner. And now like I definitely have more energy because I'll make dinner, I'll go for walks, you know, I can clean up around the house more again. Like I was really struggling to do anything in the beginning, so I'm really excited that I have gotten some of my energy back like that. Oh, that really makes me happy. What else? I'm not scared about as much anymore because now that I'm like at 12 weeks, I feel like I'm so close to the second trimester that like I don't have to worry about miscarriages as much, which really, really makes me happy. So that's probably one of my favorite things that has happened so far, is just like losing the stress of being worried about anything happening to baby. So that's awesome. I haven't gained like any weight. I think I've gained like 2 to 3 pounds depending on the day. Depending on like how constipated I am and if I've had a bowel movement determines where I am. Like some days I've gained like 1 pound, and then like other days I've gained like 4. So it all depends. I don't think I've really gained that much weight. I've been trying really hard to keep my weight at a regular place instead of gaining, because I know some people have a hard time with that, and I've been trying really hard since I found out I was pregnant. I've been like eating healthy. Yes, I have made like meal choices where I splurge, especially according to cravings. So I try to like, if I like eat something that I'm craving, I try to make sure that throughout the rest of the day I eat very good and make sure I have a meal that contains vegetables, because I notice if I go a day without eating vegetables, I am more likely to be constipated the next day, which can be very painful. So that's something I've been working on. I've been really gassy lately. I noticed last night I was very gassy. I've been gassy, which I know is just a normal sign of pregnancy, but every little thing I get, like, really excites me. My boobs are still very, 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 very sensitive. Although I go longer now without them being as sensitive. I notice they're very sensitive at night. Like, when I take my shower and stuff, they become very sensitive. And, but I still think that they've let up a little bit on how sensitive they are, which is also great because there were times when I just wanted to cut them off because they were so sensitive. So that's nice. Trying to think. I haven't really been getting headaches. I will say when I'm out in the sun, if I'm walking towards the sun, like on a walk, I will get a headache. Like, I can feel it in the front of my head. And, like, if I put my hair up too tight, I can feel it. So, like, if I mess with my head too much, I definitely feel the effects of a headache coming on. I'm still trying to drink a ton of water to make sure that I'm not dehydrated, which is good because I'm also thirsty all the time. So that's good. I can't think of many other symptoms. I've been, like, most everything's been really good, and just some of my main symptoms have died down. I still get heartburn every once in a while, but no nausea really. Oh, smells. Oh my god. The other day, I don't know why, but my cat peed on a towel on our floor. It was, like, literally my shower towel, and it fell off of the hook onto the floor. And for some reason, I don't know if it was wet or if it just smelled or something, but he peed on it. And I could smell the pee. Like, as soon as we got home from a walk, I, like, could smell it. And my husband found it. He's like, oh, yeah, he peed on your towel. I was like, oh, okay. So he put it in the closet because the next day was laundry day. And, thank God it happened on a Thursday. I can't imagine if it had happened, like, any other day before laundry day. That could have, that would have been such a big problem. But, I went to take my shower, and I remember gagging in the shower from the smell. It was so strong. And then I got out of the shower and went to sleep because I was exhausted. After a walk, I'm still very tired. So I, like, pretty much went to bed, and I remember telling him, like, I can still smell the cat pee. And then I woke up. It was probably around, like, 8:30-ish that I fell asleep, like, very early, because sometimes, you know, you just gotta go to sleep early. But I woke up probably around 11:30, 12, and I remember telling him, Mark, I smell the cat pee. Like, I could smell everywhere. It was all I could smell. And it was so strong. I could smell it, like, in my blanket, in my pillowcase. It was all I smelled. And I remember this day because earlier that day, I had made cauliflower rice for dinner to go with our dinner. And when I microwaved it, I remember I put it in the microwave and I was on the phone with my cousin. But I laid on the bed and I stopped for a second and I was like, did the cat just pee somewhere? But it was the smell of the cauliflower rice was so strong. Oh my god, it was so bad. And, like, I remember when we came back for our walk, I could smell that thinking, oh, maybe it's just the cauliflower rice, like the leftover smell. So our house smelled to me already. And, I remember waking up and all I smelled was cat pee. And I was like, Mark, it's so bad. And I started getting nauseous in bed. And I actually had to get up and go outside to the car. And he said, don't worry, I will mop where it was, and I'll mop all the floors, and I'll clean out his litter box. And this is, like, at midnight, and I'm miserable. I go out to the car, and I can barely breathe, and I'm just, like, sitting in the car, trying not to fall asleep, just so miserable. And he had to, like, take out the towel that the cat had peed on, and, like, sit it outside, and then he mopped all the floors, and I came back in, and I'm like, I can still smell it. So we locked the cat in the bathroom, we opened both our front and our back door, and, like, aired out our house, and finally it went away. Like, I had lit a candle and everything, hoping it would cover the smell, but then it just smelled like almond oil over cat piss. It was such a bad night. But after we aired out the house, and Mark's like, blow your nose to make sure that the smell isn't locked in your nose. So I blew my nose, and then after that, I was fine. Like, after we aired out the house and everything, I was fine. He's like, are you sure you're okay? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I don't smell it anymore at all. But it hit me so fast, and it was so strong. I smelled it on everything, because I was trying to hide my nose in my pillowcase while I was sleeping so I wouldn't smell it. But it was so strong. Like, it's like my pillow smelled like it, my blanket smelled like it, everything smelled like it. So I don't know if it was just a combination of like all the different smells in our house at that time, but it hit me, and it hit me so strong. So that was probably the most significant like smell problem that I've had the entire pregnancy. It was so bad. And I've had like times where I will like just be somewhere, I'll be like, smells like cat pee, like just randomly. I think my one aversion is I think things that don't smell good automatically smell like cat pee. I know that's really random, but like that's what my nose triggers things as, is cat pee. So when the cat actually peed in our house, it was really bad. It was so bad. But the next morning I woke up and I felt so bad because I had been like yelling at the cat because he kept trying to cuddle me. I'm like, get the fuck away from me, I hate you, you're such a bitch. And then like the next morning I woke up and I felt fine, and I saw him sleeping by my feet, and I was like, oh, I'm not mad at that cat. But like the night before I was so miserable. I was like, how am I gonna get rid of my cat? Like it was just one of those like lack of sleep, exhaustion, like nausea, wanting to vomit, kind of can't breathe things. And I was just like, why is he peeing on everything? But it was just like that one night. But that sucked. So that was like probably one of the biggest things I had, but it only lasted one night, which was great. So with that being said, that's pretty much all the symptoms I've had. Nothing really has changed. My heartburn isn't any worse or any, like, better. It's just kind of the same. Not really any nausea except for, like, when it came to the cat pee. I'm not really nauseous or anything. So, yeah. Those are just, like, my teeth hurting, and I feel like my gums are slightly bloody more now. Like, I feel like during the day I will taste blood in my mouth, and I'll look and there'll be like blood, but it won't be like coming from my teeth or anything. I think it's just like my gums bleeding. So that is a new thing, but that's just my teeth and that weird thing in my head and my hands falling asleep. That's about it. But I'm sure things are about to get really different because I'm about to hit the second trimester coming next Saturday. So in less than a week, I'll be in my second trimester, and things, I know it's supposed to be your like honeymoon phase, but I'm worried because my first trimester was so easy. I'm freaking terrified that my second trimester is going to be a lot worse than my first, but I'm going to be optimistic because whatever, I'm just excited. Okay, so that is all of this video. I have no idea how many weeks it encumbers, but I'm sure I'll find out when I'm finally putting these up. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next video, which should be my second trimester. Yay! Okay, I'll see you guys later. Bye!